How to store files. Do you know how your files are stored? Your photos, passport copies, tax declaration, your email, medical correspondence? In this lecture, we will talk about the most common ways of storing files and how it is done in Web3. You will learn what is decentralized storage, how can files be stored on 500,000 computers, how to rent out your hard drive space, how to send files without any registration, and how to token gate your files, and much more. What are the mainstream ways to store files and why are they lacking privacy? What is cloud and what are its disadvantages? Also, what are the Web3 alternatives? How to store files privately and potentially much cheaper. You will also get the step-by-step instructions for the 5 most widespread Web3 storage systems. Today there are several ways how we store files. Most popular are local storage, external storage devices, email attachments, and most people are storing the files locally. And to be honest, I am often tempted to simply click Save As and use one of the hot folders on my desktop. Why is that not an optimal solution? Without proper encryption and security measures, files can be accessed by others if computer is lost, stolen, or hacked. Furthermore, if the device is repaired or disposed of improperly, the data might be recovered by unauthorized parties. Probably the second most popular option is centralized cloud storage, such as Google Drive, Dropbox, Microsoft OneDrive, and similar others. This option is very comfortable. I can access my files from whatever device if I remember my password and share it with just one click. But the service provider can potentially access your files. There may also be vulnerabilities to hacking and data breaches. Additionally, these services may comply with government requests for data without the user's account, and their terms of service might allow them to analyze user data for various purposes. I am not a conspiracist, I am a lawyer. And here are several security considerations associated with cloud storage. First one, the data breaches. Cloud storage providers can be targets for cyber attacks due to the large amount of data that they hold. Over the years, there have been several incidents where attackers have managed to breach cloud storage defenses, leading to unauthorized access to private data. The second one, insider threats. Employees within a cloud service provider have potential access to the data stored on their services, which can lead to data leaks and breaches if such insiders act maliciously or just carelessly. The third one, government surveillance. Cloud service providers may be compelled to hand over the data to governments under certain circumstances, raising concerns about the confidentiality of data stored in the cloud. And the fourth one, compliance and legal risks. Depending on where the data is stored, it may be subject to different laws and regulations, which could impact its security and privacy as well. And this is the key point, lack of control. When you store data in the cloud, you give away some part of control over it. If the cloud provider has some downtime, technical issues, or makes some changes to their service, your access to your data can be affected. Though cloud storage providers have redundancy mechanisms, they are still at risk of data loss due to technical reasons, or even some events that are beyond their control that have impact on the data centers. Also, misconfigurations is a common cause of data leaks. If data is not properly encrypted during the transfer to and from the cloud, it can also be intercepted by unauthorized parties. On top of it, in a multi-tenant cloud storage model, different customers' data are stored on shared infrastructure, which can lead to risks if the isolation between different tenants is compromised. As for evidence of these security concerns, there has been a number of high-profile incidents. For instance, Dropbox. In 2012, they reported a security breach which led to users' password leak. They have since increased the security measures, including two-factor authentication. However, what happened? iCloud in 2014, there was a very famous celebrity photo leaks commonly known as the fappening. involved hackers gaining access to personal photos stored on the Apple's iCloud service. Also happened with Amazon Web Services. There were numerous data exposures affecting companies like Dow Jones, Accenture, and others. Back in the days, we all had external storages, USB drives, external hard drives. Remember sticking your USB stick into your laptop? Similar to local storage, if these devices are lost or stolen, the data can be compromised. They are also susceptible to malware and can be a vector for transferring security threats from one computer to another. When it comes to email attachments, email providers may scan those attachments for various purposes. Of course, including malware protection and data analysis, but they can also intercept emails that can expose attached files. Email accounts can also be hacked, leaving attachments vulnerable. There is even a separate lecture in this course that is made about Web3 emails specifically. I offer you to have a look at it afterwards. The common thread in the privacy concerns for all these storage methods is the potential for unauthorized access, whether it's by the service providers themselves, malicious actors, through hacking, or even government agencies through their legal demands. In many cases, the terms of service may allow for more access to your data than you might expect. To mitigate these concerns, users often turn to encryption, so privacy-focused storage solutions, or decentralized storage options that offer better privacy guarantees by design. In the Web3 space, files are typically stored using decentralized file storage systems. Unlike traditional cloud storage, where data is stored in centralized servers owned by a single entity, decentralized storage distributes data across a network of nodes or computers run by multiple individuals or groups. This approach enhances security and privacy, and data isn't controlled by a single company and is resistant to censorship. Popular decentralized storage solutions in the Web3 ecosystem include the Interplanetary File System, or short IPFS, which allows files to be hosted by numerous nodes globally, and blockchain-based storage platforms like Filecoin and Storj. These systems often employ cryptographic techniques to ensure data integrity and privacy. The IPFS itself sometimes is called the backbone of Web3. It is a protocol and network designed to create peer-to-peer methods of storing and sharing hypermedia in a distributed file system. Note that IPFS is not running on a blockchain, but it allows files to be stored across a network of nodes globally, making data more resilient and less dependent on one single point of failure. Files on IPFS are accessed via unique hashes derived from their content, so it uses content addressing rather than their location, which is usually the system we use now. This system ensures data integrity and efficiency in data retrieval as well. Other advantages of IPFS include its decentralized nature, which enhances data resiliency and censorship resistance. It's efficient in content delivery and reduces redundancy by storing only one copy of content accessed via unique hashes. However, IPFS also faces some criticism for potential scalability issues, as increasing data might strain the network. The lack of global adoption and user-friendly interfaces is also limiting its practical usage. However, there are several ways to access IPFS, which I'm going to show in this lecture. Now, a couple of words about the nodes hosting of IPFS. They store encrypted chunks of data without knowing the content, because it is all encrypted. While they can see the file's hashes, so identifiers, and the size of the file, understanding the actual content requires specifically knowing the hash and having the decryption key if the content is encrypted, and it usually is. Another important moment besides IPFS, it is useful to understand Filecoin system. Filecoin is a decentralized storage network where users can earn the FIL, so field tokens, by renting out their unused storage space. It's built on IPFS technology, ensuring data is stored across multiple nodes, enhancing security and redundancy. Filecoin aims to make storage more efficient and cost-effective, allowing anyone to participate as either a storage provider or a user, thus creating a vast decentralized storage market. It uses blockchain technology to create a decentralized and secure ledger for managing transactions relating to buying and selling storage space. Filecoin's blockchain records agreements between users and storage providers, as well as the associated transactions with the FIL tokens, ensuring transparency and reliability in the decentralized storage market. In Web3 file storage solutions like IPFS, Filecoin, Storj, and Sia, privacy is preserved through encryption and decentralization. Before uploading, files are typically encrypted, ensuring that only the owner of authorized user can decrypt and access the content. The files are then split into smaller fragments and distributed across various nodes in the network. The method not only secures data against unauthorized access, but also protects against data loss by avoiding reliance on only one point of failure. The decentralized nature of the systems also enhances the privacy by eliminating central data repositories that could be a target for data breaches. Now, let's look at the most popular file storage solutions in Web3 space and see for which use cases are each of them better fitting. So number 1, Fileverse. Fileverse is a decentralized application, so DApp, designed for file sharing and collaboration, tailored for Web3 communities. It offers a range of features aimed at enhancing privacy, security, decentralization in online collaboration and file management. It allows users to store and share various content types, including audio, video, images, documents, and much more. And it is using peer-to-peer storage networks. It is also using IPFS and encryption enabled via crypto wallet private key signatures. Fileverse is emphasizing privacy with no requirement for names or emails, and this is assuring against server outages, privacy violations, and censorship. It is also designed to be intuitive to use, as you will see, and the Fileverse is aiming to make transition from traditional Web2 to decentralized file sharing seamless. Users can also create documents, whiteboards, and even chat rooms for live collaboration, all stored on IPFS. Some features like token gating allow defining access rights to files and chat rooms based on specific tokens, for instance NFTs, that are distributed before. Fileverse supports sharing and previewing a wide range of multimedia files, even 3D models. Let's have a look at how to use Fileverse. First, we go to the official website with its yellow design, and it is also offering two options, solo or portal. Solo is, of course, for individual usage, and portal is if you want to collaborate with someone else. You can have also decentralized pages, airdrop access tokens, 3D pictures, as I mentioned before, all types of different multimedia, and chat rooms. All right, this is the website. Let's launch the app for the solo usage. It is immediately offering us to stay on chain, so connect your wallet, or simply upload without anything. I am choosing the MetaMask, which is my default wallet, default website wallet. Giving it a second to load, and here we are. So here I can drop or just drag the files. I choose an image, but I could also choose video or audio. It's uploading and it's done. Now I can share it. I have a QR code for it. It is now on IPFS, by the way. Or I can also set rules. By setting rules, it means that there is only a certain list of people who would be able to access this image. And I can, of course, token gate it for free. I can select the token image, name, symbol, and the message. Let's see what the accounts options are. My personal files are here, but there is also a chat. But the chat is only coming soon. What if I want to share another one? I can also create a note and share a note. Let's say hello and create this one. JSON file, as you see, and I can just copy and send it. Web3 Storj is a file storage service that also leverages particularly IPFS and Filecoin to provide a secure, reliable, and scalable solutions for storing data. Content uploaded to Web3 Storj is assigned a unique content identifier, so CID, which is derived directly from the file contents. This method ensures location independence and verifiability, as the same content will always generate the same CID. The service uses an instance of Elastic IPFS, so a cloud-native implementation of IPFS, to ensure reliable and quick availability of data over the IPFS network. Uploaded data is stored across a network of Filecoin storage providers, who are bidding for the rights to store the data. These providers generate cryptographic proofs to ensure continuous storage, adding a layer of redundancy and verifiability. Users can interact with Web3 Storj using JavaScript client, command line interface, and so on, but this is more applicable if you are using it more professionally. Let's have a look how Web3 Storj is to be used. First, we go to the official website, of course, web3.storj to be precise. Of course, it is providing all the basic information that you need to know. It is using Elastic IPFS. It is giving you some more, let's say, technical instructions, more explanations to the technical underpinnings of how it's working. But it is also, as you see, targeting developers rather much. Also, in its quick start, you can see it is very fit for the developers, because it's also offering to install the different software that is not necessarily needed for individual usage. If we go a little bit further, let's just sign up. It is asking for my email. I'm providing that, and then authorizing. Now, of course, verify your email. That is what I did. Now the email is validated, and we're almost ready. There are 3 different billing plans. One is for the starter, so exactly free, and the starter package gives the 5 gigabytes. The light one gives already 100 and is just $10 a month. And of course, the business package, that is 2 terabytes and very fast, and that is already 100 per month. For individual usage, the free one, the starter package, should be fine. So I subscribe, and even if it is for free, you still need to give your card details, but you will not be charged since it is free. I suspect that this is used just for those cases where people would like to upgrade later on and do it easily. So now when we finally registered, we are finally welcome to use the Web3 Storj. So it is offering to provide my name. Okay, Ksenia, create. All right, let's write Ksenia's space. And now this is my space. I have 5 gigabytes. It's a starter package. I pick up a space. Of course, there is no uploads yet, but let's upload something. So we can either drag or click. I have dragged one file. It's a picture. And let's upload. I immediately am offered to add more, and I also see the hash or the CID, which we can see in this list. Here's also the shard and the URL. So now we have the unique identifier, which we can share with other people. Let's have a look, and here is the picture. But to share, I need to know the decentralized identifier of a friend of mine. Of course, there is also other ways of sharing, simply by sending the CID or the URL. But if I want to share directly from the space, I would need to know this identifier. And that's it. Next one is Storj. Storj is a decentralized cloud storage network as well, offering secure and cost-effective storage solutions. It works by dividing and encrypting files, then distributing them across a global network of independent nodes as previous solutions. And users pay to store data, while node operators earn Storj tokens for providing disk space. Of course, no single entity owns the entire data set. It's a rather efficient system, and it consists of three main components. The storage nodes. These are the nodes that store data for others and get paid for storage and bandwidth. All data is stored in an encrypted way. Another one is a developer tool for upload and download the data and handle the encryption. And the satellite. The set of hosted services manages developer account access, API access management, metadata management, storage node reputation, and so on. What is interesting is that Storj is also compatible with S3, allowing for integration with existing systems and tools. In the context of Storj and cloud storage services, S3 is actually the reference to single storage service of Amazon, so Amazon S3. It is a widely used service offered by Amazon Web Services that provides object storage through web service interface. When Storj or other cloud storage providers mention S3 compatibility, it means that their service can interact with applications and services designed for Amazon S3, but it doesn't have to. Storj also claims to offer consistent, lightning-fast performance globally, surpassing traditional cloud storage solutions. So, being faster. One of the first things you will be asked about the ways you want to use Storj is the type of encryption. If you want to learn more about different types of encryptions and what they mean, please go back to the previous lecture. Let's have a look how Storj is practical. So here we already are at the dashboard, at my dashboard. I have experimented with it before. Here is the name of the space, so Xenia space. I can also have multiple projects, so multiple spaces for myself. The account is for free, but I can also upgrade to Pro. Let's have a look how the Pro accounts and the free accounts compare. The free account is including only one project, 25 gigabytes for the download and the storage, and the link for sharing. And the Pro account, as expected, is giving the option to share the projects and collaborate with the team. Let me stick with the free account for now. So here we see how much storage is used, how much is still available, and also some statistics here. I'm not using Storj account, this one, that often. That's why we don't see so much. But let's have a look at the files. I can create a collection, I can make a new bucket. And the new bucket, let's say, just call it new. Okay. Then it is also asking you to encrypt your bucket, because of course you can do different encryptions per bucket. And let's say my passphrase, I would like to save continued with the same one as the previous time. And here I can just drop and upload the files. Let's upload just anything, basically. maybe a picture. Drag and drop, and it's already here. It is also given a random file name. You can download it back, of course. And I can share it. Interestingly, you can also share via traditional means, so LinkedIn, Telegram, WhatsApp, Facebook, or I can get a link, and here is the link. Easy to copy, and then send it to a friend of mine. So, very easy space. There is also the part that is called access, and that is for the keys. In case I want to have different keys for different for different files. I can also add team members, but that is, of course, if I upgrade. If we click on browse, we are still redirected to the browser, to the buckets that we have. We can create new access keys. Creating the new access keys is similar to token gating it, but token gating, I guess, is a bit more of a more fun way to do it. Let's look at the settings. We can also add the project description or delete projects. Otherwise, it's a very straightforward, simple usage tool for storing and sharing files. Okay, and the last one in this category is Sia, which is a bit more technical. It is also a decentralized cloud storage platform that leverages blockchain technology for file storage. And it also allows users to rent out unused hard drive space, creating the peer-to-peer storage ecosystem. In Sia's network, files are encrypted, split into small pieces, and then distributed. But renters pay with Siacoin, the platform's native cryptocurrency, to store their files, while hosts receive Siacoin in exchange for providing storage space. Its architecture aims to be more affordable and private alternative to traditional cloud storage services. So how does it work? Files are uploaded to Sia. They undergo fragmentation, encryption, and global distribution. And renters are the ones that are responsible for uploading files, while hosts store these files. The process is automated, and there is also a very high uptime reliability. The cost of storage on Sia, quoted and settled also in Siacoin, is determined by supply and demand. The contracts are typically 3 months long and are automatically extended unless they are cancelled by the renter. As you see, the Siacoin is the one that is used for the payment between hosts and renters. Also, Siacoin has infinite supply, with block rewards initially decreasing exponentially and then. Interestingly, Siacoin cannot be purchased with fiat currency and must be traded for other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum. The next one, Filecoin, for instance, is the one that is more suited for the companies, not for the individual usage. So I'm just mentioning this because you might be interested, but this is not for the private individual usage. Let's have a look how to use Sia. We go to the official website, sia.tech. First, of course, you will see the description of the service, how many hosts there are, 382. Also their geographical location. Then we are provided with options to rent or to host. Let's rent the space. There are also storage companies that are built on Sia that could be providing the access that are a little bit easier to navigate. For example, VUP, which is an open source cloud storage app. Or there is also S5, content address storage. Some more options for Sia, more advanced options. But let's say we don't need the advanced options and let's try to rent. For that, we will need to download the software. Okay, Then we click on the VUP, learning more about VUP. We are redirected to the website with this green and black design. Now we have some instructions on how to install the VUP. It is directing us to the GitHub, offering to download the software. And we need to download the latest file. Installer. Downloading. As you see, most of them are from September 2023. Then after running it, we proceed with installations. All right, finally we have installed the software, and this is what we see. We can also upload the images immediately here. There is special folders per type of the file. We see that this is beta. I am provided with 5 GB of free storage. We can also change the preferences. All the details about the storage services. We can also add a SIA renter. Make some more calculations, change the theme. We can also rename, save locally, share the files. We generate the link. We can also make file available offline. Make temporary links. And that's it. Another interesting and rather on an easy, from the technical perspective, side option is to run your own Umbrel node. So it is requiring some installations, but Umbrel is a rather friendly way to store your files and to also run even nodes for the blockchains. And if you want to learn more about that, I will attach the instructions.